Have you ever wondered when to drink water? Water isn't just a thirst quencher. The timing of when you sip it can significantly boost your health. Starting your day with a glass of water is like giving your body a wake-up call. This morning ritual activates your internal organs, kickstarting your metabolism after hours of rest. Then think about the simple act of drinking water before meals. It's not just a good habit. It helps with digestion by preparing your stomach for the food you're about to enjoy, which can prevent overeating too. Now let's talk about winding down. Drinking water before bed might sound like a risky move if you're worried about midnight bathroom trips, but it can actually be beneficial. It helps to keep your heart healthy and reduces the risk of heart attacks during the night. So, make it a point to drink water at these key times: morning, before meals, and before hitting the hay. It's amazing what a little timing can do for your overall health. Believe it or not, but Michael Jackson had a surprising friendship. In the dazzling world of pop music, Michael Jackson, often hailed as the king of pop, had a unique bond with child actor Macaulay Culkin, famous for his role in the movie Home Alone. Their friendship blossomed in the 1990s when Culkin was a rising star. They spent countless hours together, bonding over their shared experiences of growing up in the spotlight. Despite their age difference, they found comfort in each other's company. Jackson even chose Culkin to be the godfather of two of his children, which is quite a significant honor. This special role illustrates the depth of their connection, as Jackson entrusted him with such an important responsibility. They often had fun adventures like trips to amusement parks, where Jackson could enjoy a sense of normalcy away from the public eye. Their friendship was a beautiful reminder that, even in the glitzy world of entertainment, genuine connections can flourish, showing that love and friendship can transcend age and fame. What's the buzz around Sweden's vibrant festivals? Sweden is a country rich in traditions, and its festivals are a fantastic way to experience the heart of its Nordic culture. One of the highlights is Midsummer, celebrated around the longest day of the year. People gather to dance around maypoles, sing traditional songs, and feast on delicious dishes like herring and new potatoes. Then there's Lucia Day on December 13, where the enchanting figure of Saint Lucia, dressed in a white gown with a wreath of candles, brings light into the darkness of winter. Schools and communities hold processions, singing sweet songs. Don't forget Walpurgis Night, celebrated on April 30th, which welcomes spring with celebrations that often include bonfires and spirited singing. These festivals are more than just fun. They connect people to their history, nature, and each other. So whether you're waving a flower crown at midsummer or joining a Lucia procession, you're truly stepping into a living tapestry of Swedish heritage. It's these cultural celebrations that brighten the long winters and make Swedish summers unforgettable. Discover the world's largest national park in Greenland, Northeast Greenland. National Park is a remarkable treasure covering a staggering 972,000 square kilometers, which is about 375,000 square miles, making it even larger than some countries. Established in 1974, this park is a haven for astonishing wildlife and breathtaking landscapes filled with icebergs, glaciers, and dramatic mountains. It's located above the Arctic Circle, so you can expect to see unique Arctic wildlife like polar bears, walruses, and reindeer roaming its vast expanse. The park is so remote and untouched that it offers not only stunning natural beauty, but also a chance to witness the raw power of nature in one of its purest forms. Interestingly, much of the park is uninhabited, allowing the flora and fauna to thrive in their natural habitats without human interference. Notably, Northeast Greenland National Park is home to the amazing Peary caribou and the elusive Arctic fox, both of which are perfectly adapted to survive the harsh conditions. Visiting here feels like stepping into a different world where nature reigns supreme, and every glance reveals another stunning vista. Have you ever stopped to think that opossums fake their deaths? When threatened, opossums go full method actor. They enter a trance-like state called thanatosis. It's not just playing dead, it's a full physiological shutdown. Their heart rate drops to near undetectable levels. Their bodies go limp, and they emit a foul smell from anal glands and their mouth that mimics the scent of decay. This gruesome performance convinces many predators to lose interest, assuming the corpse is either rotten or diseased. The opossum may stay like this for minutes or even hours, then slowly recover and creep away. It's an involuntary response triggered by fear, not a conscious decision, but it works like a charm. Millions of years of evolution have turned this peculiar act into a highly effective survival strategy. Discover where gravity pulls harder on Earth. Did you know that gravity isn't the same everywhere? It's true, Earth's gravity can vary slightly depending on where you are. Generally, gravity is a bit stronger at lower altitudes, so if you're standing at sea level, you'll feel a stronger pull than if you were on top of a tall mountain. Isn't that fascinating? But it doesn't stop there. The location also matters. Gravity is stronger at the poles compared to the equator. This happens because the Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It bulges at the equator due to its spinning motion, making it a bit further from the center of gravity. Additionally, areas with denser crust, like mountains or certain geological formations, can also pack a stronger gravitational punch. These variations might sound tiny, but they can affect satellite readings and even how we measure things on our planet. So next time you're on top of a hill or at the beach, remember that gravity is giving you a little nudge in its unique way. Surprisingly, it's a fact that Jefferson invented the swivel chair. This innovative piece of furniture was crafted by none other than Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. He designed the swivel chair in 1776 while he was in France, drafting the Declaration of Independence. This clever design allowed for easier movement while working, enabling Jefferson to swivel and reach various documents without having to get up. The chair featured a rotating seat and a sturdy wooden base, showcasing Jefferson's love for both functionality and style. Interestingly, his swivel chair also became a symbol of the Enlightenment, a time when creativity and ideas flourished. If you picture Jefferson in his home office, carefully spinning around in that very chair as he penned some of the nation's most important laws, it gives us a new appreciation for how furniture can influence our work and ideas. So the next time you sit in a swivel chair, remember that you're sharing a legacy with one of America's founding fathers. Did you ever think a chair could hold such history? You won't believe how birds use balloons to flirt. Male frigate birds take courtship to sky-high levels, literally. During mating season, they inflate giant red throat sacs, gular pouches, to the size of a football, turning themselves into floating heart-shaped beacons. They gather on island breeding grounds and flap their wings, shake their heads, and emit drumming calls to stand out from the crowd. The females fly overhead, scanning for the most vibrant, symmetrical, and rhythmically pulsating display. The brighter and better the balloon, the higher the chance of mating. This competition fuels one of the most dramatic mating rituals in the animal world. Scientists have found a direct link between pouch size and mating success, making this flashy signal a powerful evolutionary advantage. You might be shocked to learn that floods are rising. The frequency of devastating floods along the Mississippi River is on the rise, raising alarms for farmers, businesses, and city planners alike. Each year, heavy rainfall and melting snow push water levels higher, threatening to overflow the banks and inundate surrounding areas. These floods can lead to catastrophic damage, wiping out crops that farmers depend on for their livelihood and disrupting local businesses that rely on a stable environment. Imagine losing your harvest season after season due to flooding. It's a nightmare for many. In addition, cities are facing the daunting task of extensive repairs to roads and infrastructure after each flood, placing a financial burden on taxpayers. Experts warn that if this trend continues, we might see annual floods becoming the new normal, making it critical to find solutions now. How will communities adapt to these challenges? And what measures can be taken to protect lives and livelihoods in the face of this growing threat? Ever heard of Snake Island's deadly inhabitants? This Brazilian island, known as Ilha da Queimada Grande, is infamous for being home to the world's most venomous snake, the golden lancehead viper, or Bothrops insularis. Imagine a place where one snake can deliver a venom so potent that it can kill a human in just a few hours. That's why Brazilian authorities made the tough decision to ban access to the island, preserving both the safety of people and the unique ecosystem of these snakes. The golden lancehead is not only fascinating because of its deadly bite, but also due to its incredible adaptation. Over thousands of years, these vipers evolved in isolation, leading to distinctive traits unlike any other snake species. They primarily feed on the island's bird population, a meal made easy by their rapid and efficient hunting skills. So while the island is a dangerous spot for humans, it's a crucial habitat that highlights the importance of biodiversity and the delicate balance of nature. Visiting Snake Island is like stepping into a real-life thriller, but for now, only the snakes get to enjoy its unnerving beauty. Discover the grandeur of the Biltmore Estate today. This stunning mansion, located in Asheville, North Carolina, stands as the largest private residence in the United States, boasting a rich history and breathtaking architecture. Built by George Washington Vanderbilt II in the late 1800s, the estate covers a sprawling 8,000 acres filled with beautifully landscaped gardens and expansive woodlands. Visitors are captivated by the estate's opulence, which includes 250 rooms, 35 bedrooms, and an impressive collection of art and antiques that narrate the story of America's Gilded Age. As you wander through the opulent hallways of the Biltmore, you can imagine the extravagant parties that took place here, showcasing the lifestyles of the elite at that time. The estate also features a winery that produces award-winning wines, making it a popular spot for wine lovers. With activities for everyone, such as guided tours, outdoor adventures, and culinary experiences, it's no wonder the Biltmore Estate is a must-visit destination in Asheville. Are you ready to step back in time and explore this incredible piece of American history? Did you know otters have a favorite stone? This delightful fact adds another layer to our understanding of these playful creatures. Otters are not just adorable, they're also crafty little tool users. Each otter has a special stone that it carries around, often tucked away in a little pocket under their arm or in a loose pouch on their belly. This stone isn't just for show, it's a crucial tool. Otters use their favorite rocks to crack open hard-shelled animals, like mollusks and crustaceans, which are tasty treats for them. Imagine them floating on their backs, holding their prized stone in one paw while munching away. This behavior not only showcases their intelligence, but also their playful nature. In fact, some otters even have a collection of stones, choosing the perfect one for each meal. So next time you watch an otter at a zoo or in a documentary, take a moment to appreciate their unique relationship with these stones. They're not just playing around, they're demonstrating a fascinating part of how they interact with their environment. Is it possible that wolves use howling as a GPS? More than haunting music of the wilderness, a wolf's howl is a survival tool of impressive sophistication. Each individual's voice carries unique frequency markers that other pack members instantly recognize, even from 16 kilometers away. But these calls do more than identify. They transmit complex information, warnings, location data, territorial markers, and rendezvous points. Wolves listen not just for the sound, but for its echoes, which tell them about surrounding terrain, obstacles, and safe paths. It's acoustic navigation, woven with social connection. Young wolves are taught to howl with precision, joining the chorus as apprentices of this sonic map. As wolves roam vast forests and mountains, howling serves as their GPS, walkie-talkie, and family thread all at once. Believe it or not, frogfish don't bite their food. These amazing creatures, also called toadfish or pelicanfish, have a feeding method that's quite different from most fish. Instead of having sharp teeth to tear at their meals, frogfish rely on a fascinating technique that utilizes rapid suction. When they spot their prey, whether it's a small fish or shrimp, they open their wide mouths very quickly. This sudden gulp creates a powerful vacuum that pulls the unsuspecting victim in and down into their throat in the blink of an eye. What's even more impressive is how incredibly fast this suction action happens. It's so speedy that the prey barely has time to react or escape. Imagine a creature that can devour its meal in an instant without needing to chew. Frogfish are often found camouflaged on the ocean floor, blending in with their surroundings. And when the time is right, they strike with their unique feeding style. This unusual method makes them fascinating examples of nature's creativity in adapting for survival. Who would have thought that quokkas always look happy? The quokka's viral fame stems from its irresistibly cheerful expression, a wide-eyed, open-mouthed smile that melts hearts online. But behind the grin is biology, not joy. Their facial structure naturally forms a pleasant look, regardless of mood. That said, quokkas truly are more sociable than most wild animals. Native to predator-free islands in Australia, they've evolved without the instinct to fear humans. Over generations, their willingness to approach people brought food rewards, favoring the survival of friendly individuals. As a result, modern quokkas are bold, curious, and often interact directly with tourists. Their behavior is a case study in how evolutionary pressures, not emotions, can shape the friendliness of a species. So next time you see a quokka selfie, remember, it's not smiling for the camera. It's thriving thanks to a perfect mix of charm and adaptation. Is it really true that Yosemite attracts climbers worldwide? Absolutely. Yosemite National Park is famous for its stunning granite cliffs and breathtaking views, with iconic landmarks like El Capitan and Half Dome leading the way. El Capitan, standing at a whopping 3,000 feet, is a mecca for rock climbers who come to test their skills against its sheer vertical face. Climbers from all over the globe flock to this natural wonder, eager to conquer its challenging routes while soaking in the park's awe-inspiring beauty. Similarly, Half Dome, with its distinctive shape, offers adventurous hikers a thrilling challenge as they trek up its steep trails. The park not only showcases incredible rock formations, but also plays host to many climbing competitions and events, further enhancing its reputation in the climbing community. With hundreds of climbing routes suited for various skill levels, Yosemite truly offers something for everyone, making it a bucket list destination for adventure enthusiasts. So what are you waiting for? Grab your climbing gear and experience the magic of Yosemite. Why is psychological distress so hard to cope with? It's a question that many have pondered, especially those who have faced the depths of emotional turmoil. Psychological distress encompasses a range of feelings such as anxiety, sadness, and overwhelming stress, often leaving individuals feeling trapped and isolated. It can stem from numerous sources like traumatic events, chronic illness, or even societal pressures. Unlike physical pain that can be treated with medications or rest, the struggles of the mind often feel invisible, making it challenging for others to understand what someone is going through. This hidden nature can lead to feelings of shame or frustration, further complicating recovery. The weight of psychological distress can affect every aspect of life, from relationships to work performance, creating a cycle that is hard to break. The good news is that there are paths to healing. With support from friends, family, or mental health professionals, individuals can find strategies to cope and rise above their distress. It's essential to acknowledge these feelings and seek help, as talking about them can be the first step toward healing. Surprised by Africa's most connected country? The Democratic Republic of the Congo, or DRC for short, is a fascinating nation that shares borders with 9 other countries: Angola, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Zambia, Sudan, the Central African Republic, and the Republic of Congo. This impressive geography makes the DRC the most bordered country in Africa. But what really grabs attention is the capital city, Kinshasa, which sits just 2.5 miles away from Brazzaville, the capital of the Republic of Congo. That's like having 2 major cities almost within walking distance of each other. Imagine the cultural exchanges, trade opportunities, and unique friendships that can blossom in such proximity. These cities are so close that at times it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. With bustling markets, music, and vibrant cultures, this area buzzes with life. The DRC itself is rich in natural resources, and despite its challenges, it stands as a remarkable example of how neighboring countries can share a close physical space while boasting their own distinct identities. Isn't it incredible how geography shapes communities and cultures? Is it really true that 3 countries meet here? The Tres Fronteras, or Triple Frontier, is an incredible spot where Argentina, Brazil, and Paraguay come together, marked by the beautiful confluence of the Iguazu and Paraná rivers. This unique geographical location isn't just stunning, it's a visual feast for anyone who loves nature. Picture lush greenery, cascading waterfalls, and the vibrant life of the rivers bustling with fish and birds. However, the beauty of the area contrasts sharply with its reputation for high levels of criminal activity. The proximity of these three nations creates a complex mix of cultures and economies, but it has also fostered challenges like smuggling and organized crime. Tourists flock here for the breathtaking views and adventure activities, like visiting the famous Iguazu Falls or exploring nearby jungles. But it's important to stay aware of the local safety situation. Despite the risks, the Tres Fronteras remains a fascinating example of how nature and human activity can intertwine in both wonderful and troubling ways. Isn't it intriguing how a stunning landscape can also harbor such deep issues? Think a fruit can stink? Meet the durian. This spiky tropical fruit is notorious for its powerful aroma, which some people describe as a mix of rotten onions, turpentine, and raw sewage. It's so pungent that many hotels and public transport systems in Southeast Asia have banned it outright. Imagine checking into a hotel and being told you can't bring in your favorite snack. Despite its smell, the durian has a dedicated fan base. People who love durian swear by its creamy texture and sweet flavor, often comparing it to a custard-like treat. It's even lovingly called the king of fruits in places like Malaysia and Thailand. The strong smell comes from a combination of compounds that release when the fruit is ripe. Interestingly, while some find the scent off-putting, others are drawn to it, showing just how different our taste buds can be. So if you ever get the chance to taste durian, take a deep breath and dive in. It might just surprise you. Explore the incredible story of Australia's dingo fence. This massive structure is not just an ordinary fence. It stretches over 5,600 kilometers, making it one of the longest fences in the world. Built during the 1880s to protect crops and livestock from roaming dingoes, this remarkable barrier runs through some of the most rugged and varied landscapes of Australia. The dingo fence starts in the eastern part of Queensland and runs all the way to the cliffs near the Nullarbor Plain in the west. Along its path, farmers have worked hard to keep their animals safe from these wild dogs, which can be both clever and cunning hunters. Interestingly, the fence has also become home to various wildlife, with goats, kangaroos, and even some birds finding refuge along its length. It's a fascinating example of human ingenuity in the face of nature's challenges. Plus, for many, the dingo fence has become a symbol of the Australian outback, highlighting the relationship between agriculture and wildlife management in a land known for its extremes. Who knew a fence could tell such a rich tale? Why do butterflies taste everything with their feet? Butterflies have chemoreceptors on their feet that let them taste surfaces simply by standing on them. When a butterfly lands on a plant, these sensors immediately analyze sugar content, toxins, and suitability for egg laying. Female butterflies rely on this ability to select the perfect leaves where caterpillars will later hatch and feed. Choosing the wrong plant could be deadly for the next generation, so accuracy is crucial. These taste sensors also help butterflies find the richest nectar sources, making their feeding more efficient. This system saves time and energy, allowing butterflies to make split-second decisions without needing to bite or test with their mouths. It's like having a tongue on your toes, functional, efficient, and vital for survival. Nature gave butterflies the ability to taste the world with every graceful step. Did you know Morocco was America's first ally? In a fascinating twist of history, Morocco stood out as the first nation to recognize the United States, doing so way back in 1777, just a year after the Declaration of Independence was signed. This act wasn't just a friendly gesture. It was a powerful statement that underscored Morocco's support for the fledgling nation during its formative years. A few years later, the two countries took it a step further by negotiating a treaty of friendship, which has remarkably withstood the test of time and continues to be in effect today. This treaty established one of the longest-standing international relationships in U.S. history and highlighted Morocco's role as a crucial ally. It allowed American ships to safely enter Moroccan ports, paving the way for trade and diplomacy that would flourish in the years to come. So next time you think about America's allies, remember that it was Morocco, a vibrant North African nation known for its rich culture and history, that got the ball rolling. Escape to paradise. Seychelles awaits your arrival. Imagine a place where the sun embraces you, the waves serenade you, and the sand feels like warm silk beneath your feet. That's the magic of the Seychelles. This stunning archipelago in the Indian Ocean is a dream destination for anyone looking to swap winter's icy grasp for tropical bliss. With its pristine beaches, lush jungles, and vibrant coral reefs, the Seychelles is like stepping into a postcard. As winter settles in elsewhere, these islands stay warm and inviting, making them perfect for sun lovers, nature enthusiasts, and adventure seekers alike. Picture yourself hiking through the verdant trails of Mahé, exploring the unique granite boulders of Anse Source d'Argent, or snorkeling in crystal-clear waters teeming with colorful marine life. Local culture adds to the allure, with Creole cuisine tantalizing your taste buds and friendly locals sharing stories of the island's rich history. Whether you seek relaxation or excitement, the Seychelles holds endless possibilities. So why not trade winter chills for sunny thrills? Your slice of paradise is just a flight away. Surprisingly, it's a fact that Yellowstone hides a volcano. Located beneath the stunning Yellowstone National Park, this massive volcano is one of the largest active supervolcanoes on Earth. Spanning areas in Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, it covers an astonishing 3,172 square miles. It's not just a simple mountain. Beneath the park's beautiful lakes and geysers lies a vast chamber filled with molten rock. The last major eruption occurred around 640,000 years ago, which, while a long time ago, leads scientists to keep a close eye on the area. This supervolcano has the potential to erupt again, and if it did, it could have widespread effects far beyond the park's boundaries. Visitors come from all over to marvel at Old Faithful and other natural wonders, but many are unaware that these geothermal features are just the surface of a much more complex underworld. Studying Yellowstone helps researchers understand the volcano's behavior and the geology of our planet. So the next time you're at Yellowstone, remember you're standing over a sleeping giant. What other secrets does this incredible park hold? Hard to believe, but Komodo monitors have venomous saliva. For decades, scientists believed the Komodo dragon killed through bacterial infections from its dirty mouth. But recent discoveries have revealed a far more terrifying truth. Komodos have venom glands in their jaws that release a cocktail of proteins that thin the blood, lower blood pressure, and cause shock. When a dragon bites, the toxins immediately enter the bloodstream, creating a slow death through internal bleeding and muscle breakdown. Their serrated teeth act like saws, tearing flesh and allowing the venom to flood in. This means even a short encounter can be fatal for prey, which often stumbles away before collapsing, only to be tracked down later by the Komodo's ultra-sensitive scent detection. These dragons aren't just brutal, they're chemically armed predators, blurring the line between reptile and venomous assassin. Have you ever seen an ad change the game? In 2011, Chrysler took a bold step in their advertising strategy by featuring the iconic rapper Eminem alongside a powerful gospel choir in a commercial that would turn heads and spark conversations. With a hefty budget of $4 million, this high-profile campaign wasn't just about flashy cars. It aimed to tell a compelling story about American resilience and innovation. Set against the backdrop of Detroit, the ad celebrated the city's rich musical heritage while highlighting Chrysler's revival in the automotive industry. The result? A stunning visual and auditory experience that resonated with millions. The campaign captured the essence of hard work and determination, striking a chord with viewers across various demographics. It amassed over 16 million views on YouTube, proving that sometimes the right combination of music, emotion, and narrative can create a memorable impact. This unforgettable moment in advertising showcased how a brand can connect deeply with its audience, transforming a typical car commercial into a cultural statement. Ever wonder how DNA fits inside our cells? In each of our cells, there's a tiny but incredibly important structure called the nucleus. And in this nucleus, coiled neatly inside, is our DNA. Now here's the amazing part. The DNA molecules are tightly packed into spaces so small they're less than a micrometer wide. Imagine trying to stuff a long spaghetti noodle into a tiny jar. Pretty tricky, right? But our DNA isn't just any noodle, it's a long chain of genetic instructions that holds the secrets to what makes us who we are. To fit into this confined space, DNA coils around proteins called histones, forming a compact shape known as chromatin. This clever folding allows our cells to store vast amounts of genetic information in a tiny area, while still keeping it organized and easy to access when needed. When it's time for a cell to divide, or when it needs to make a specific protein, the DNA unwinds just like a spool of thread, allowing the cell to read the instructions. This fascinating process ensures that even though our genetic material is tightly packed, it's always ready to work its magic. Guess what record twin births just set? It turns out that the longest time between the births of twins is a whopping 87 days. This extraordinary case involved a set of twins born in different years, which certainly sounds like something out of a movie. In 2012, a mother in Ireland gave birth to her first twin, a girl named Amy, who arrived prematurely at just 25 weeks. Sadly, her twin brother, who was still developing in the womb, needed more time to grow and thrive. The doctors decided to wait before delivering him to ensure he was as healthy as possible. Finally, 87 days later, baby Finn was born, marking a unique milestone in the world of sibling births. Most twins come into the world within minutes of each other, making Finn's arrival feel like a magical twist of fate. Can you imagine being so far apart in age from your twin? This remarkable birth story not only highlights the wonders of modern medicine, but also showcases the incredible resilience of both mothers and their babies. Believe it or not, penguins coat themselves with a water-repellent layer. Braving the brutal cold of Antarctic waters, penguins rely on more than just fat for survival. They wear a built-in waterproof suit. At the base of their tail lies a uropygial gland that secretes a thick, oily substance. Penguins spread this oil across their feathers, using their beaks during grooming. The result? A perfectly sealed outer coat that locks in body heat and keeps icy water out. This not only helps them dive to great depths, but also lets them swim for hours without becoming waterlogged. Without this daily oiling, penguins would lose heat at catastrophic rates, up to 30% of their body warmth in just a minute. The waterproof barrier also increases buoyancy and streamlines their form, allowing smooth gliding through frigid seas. Their ability to coat themselves is not a luxury, it's a life-saving adaptation, crucial for one of Earth's harshest environments. How much can you really eat at a buffet? Heading to an all-you-can-eat buffet can feel like walking into a paradise of endless food, but it's worth thinking twice about whether it's really a good deal. Many people are lured by the idea of getting their money's worth, but unless you're a food champion who can pack in a lot of grub, you might find that it's not worth it. The truth is, these buffets often don't provide great value for those who can't eat large portions. Most of us can only consume a certain amount before we feel full, which means you end up paying a flat rate for food you might not fully enjoy. Plus, there's the temptation to overeat, which can make you feel sluggish and uncomfortable afterward. Buffets also entice you with an overwhelming variety of options that can lead to food wastage and guilt. So next time you find yourself eyeing those mountains of mashed potatoes and towers of sushi, remember to consider if it's really worth it for your stomach and your wallet. Hard to believe, but Yosemite is a natural wonder. This iconic park showcases stunning granite walls, serene alpine lakes, towering waterfalls, and diverse hiking trails that attract millions of visitors each year. The majestic cliffs of El Capitan and Half Dome are world-renowned among rock climbers, drawing adventurers eager to test their skills against these sheer granite faces. The park's waterfalls, like the famous Yosemite Falls, cascade beautifully during snowmelt, creating a mesmerizing view that captivates photographers and nature lovers alike. Hiking here is a delight, with trails ranging from easy walks to challenging climbs, allowing everyone to experience its natural beauty. The rich biodiversity also makes Yosemite special, as it's home to deep forests and unique wildlife, including black bears and rare birds. Whether you're camping under the stars or simply enjoying a picnic by a lake, Yosemite offers something magical. Have we whetted your appetite for adventure in this stunning landscape? Can you imagine a mole seeing with its nose? In the pitch-black tunnels of the underground, vision is useless. But for the star-nosed mole, that's no problem. This small, burrowing mammal has one of the most sensitive tactile organs in the animal kingdom. Surrounding its nostrils is a unique star-shaped ring of 22 fleshy appendages, each packed with thousands of sensory receptors known as Eimer's organs. These structures allow the mole to process textures, vibrations, and temperature at lightning speed. So fast, in fact, that it can identify and consume prey in under 8 milliseconds. That's faster than human visual recognition. This extraordinary snout effectively replaces sight, acting as a touch-based radar system that maps the world in fine detail. The star-nosed mole doesn't just sniff out its surroundings, it scans them with precision unmatched in the mammalian world. Turns out the truth is that Indy 500 thrills millions. This legendary race, held annually at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, is a crown jewel in the world of motorsports. Known as the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indy 500 draws over 300,000 fans to the track each Memorial Day weekend. It isn't just about speed. The race is steeped in tradition, starting with the famous driving the pace car and the iconic, "Gentlemen, start your engines." The 500-mile race features some of the best drivers from around the globe, competing not just for a trophy, but for a spot in motorsport history. The excitement is palpable as cars zoom around the track at terrifying speeds, with the roar of the engines echoing throughout the stands. Fans also enjoy a unique atmosphere, with festivities and tailgating that add to the thrill. From speedway legends like AJ Foyt to modern stars like Helio Castroneves, the Indy 500 has produced unforgettable moments for fans and drivers alike. Would you dare to feel that rush in person? Why exactly does Netherlands have a law against dying? This quirky situation in Colorado stems from a history that seems almost straight out of a comedy. In the town of Netherlands, it's said to be illegal to die, a law that sparks both laughter and intrigue. It all began during an unusual attempt to preserve a local man's body in a frozen state, which led the town to declare itself a territory for immortals. While no one can truly enforce such a law, it serves as a humorous draw for tourists and locals alike. Many are curious about this odd piece of legislation and the story behind it. Locals joke that they'll simply never kick the bucket, adding to the town's whimsical charm. This peculiar tradition not only reflects the community's lighthearted spirit, but also attracts visitors eager to hear about the frozen resident who started it all. So, if you ever find yourself in Netherlands, don't forget to smile at the strange law. It's a reminder that sometimes humor can be found in the most unexpected places. Wow! It turns out the bombardier beetle fights with chemistry. Among insects, few are as explosively clever as the bombardier beetle. When threatened, it doesn't flee, it fires. Inside its abdomen, it stores hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide in separate chambers. When danger nears, enzymes mix these two chemicals, triggering an exothermic reaction that releases a jet of boiling, noxious fluid at nearly 100 degrees C. This chemical blast is ejected through a swiveling abdomen that allows the beetle to aim like a tiny flamethrower, defending itself from predators many times its size. The entire reaction completes in less than a second, accompanied by an audible pop that startles attackers. What's even more astonishing is the beetle's internal valve system, which pulses the blast in bursts to prevent self-injury. This is chemistry at its most aggressive, an insect-turned-walking lab reactor, capable of outsmarting predators with pure elemental force. You won't believe this about American vigilance. In the United States, quickly reporting suspicious activities is not just common, it's seen as an essential civic duty. While in Belarus, Russia, and much of Europe, this practice is often labeled informing in the US, It reflects a strong culture of vigilance. Americans tend to act fast when they notice something amiss in their neighborhoods, like an unfamiliar person lurking or strange noises at odd hours. This instinct to report anomalies to the police stems from a deep-rooted belief in safety and public order. Residents believe that a watchful eye can prevent crime and help keep everyone safe, which creates a sense of community well-being. Interestingly, many Americans will act without needing prompts or encouragement. They simply feel responsible for their surroundings. This cultural perspective emphasizes that participating in local safety is not meddlesome, but rather heroic, and it's a duty every citizen shares. How does this mindset compare to your own country's approach to safety? Believe it or not, our teeth rival shark teeth. You might be surprised to learn that human teeth are actually as strong as those of a shark, since both are made of enamel, the hardest substance found in our bodies. While that's pretty impressive, there's a catch. Sharks have one huge advantage when it comes to their teeth. They can lose and regrow them continuously throughout their lives, sometimes shedding thousands of teeth. In contrast, humans typically only get 2 sets of teeth, baby teeth that eventually fall out, and permanent teeth that we hope will last into old age. Isn't it fascinating that while our teeth can endure quite a bit, we can only replace them once? This makes dental care all the more important for us humans. Tooth decay or damage can leave us with gaps or the need for pricey dental work. In many ways, our teeth are like a snapshot of our overall health. So while we might share the strength of shark teeth, we certainly benefit from taking good care of our unique set. You won't believe this about French cuisine. This culinary treasure is recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity, celebrating its elegance, sophistication, and emotional artistry. French food is not just about sustenance, but a beautiful expression of culture and tradition. Think of iconic dishes like coq au vin, which features tender chicken braised with wine, mushrooms, and bacon, or the vibrant and colorful ratatouille, a vegetable medley that sings with flavor and freshness. Breakfast in France isn't complete without flaky, buttery croissants, golden pastries that melt in your mouth, or a fresh baguette gracing every meal, perfect for dipping or accompanying cheese. And who could forget decadent desserts like crème brûlée, where the creamy interior meets a satisfying caramelized crust, creating a delightful crunch. The magic lies in the emphasis on quality ingredients, skilled craftsmanship, and the passion that chefs pour into every dish. For centuries, French cuisine has captivated taste buds worldwide, elevating dining into an art form that goes beyond mere eating. It becomes a shared experience full of joy and connection. This might surprise you. Glaciers are alive. Glaciers are dynamic natural forces that are continuously growing and breaking apart, creating stunning spectacles. As they slowly move, they grind against the earth, shaping valleys while simultaneously feeding into lakes. When glaciers calve, they produce thunderous sounds that can be heard from miles away. Imagine standing on the shore of a lake as a massive chunk of ice suddenly breaks free, sending a cascade of icy water splashing below. This captivating process not only showcases the power of nature, but also serves as a reminder of our planet's changing climate. As temperatures rise, scientists observe glaciers retreating at alarming rates, which can lead to rising sea levels and altered ecosystems. Each calving event is a dramatic chapter in a glacier's life story, revealing the delicate balance of our environment. The next time you hear a report about glaciers, remember that they are more than just frozen ice. They are living, breathing giants that shape our world. What will happen to these majestic wonders as our climate continues to change? What if I told you Namibia loves nature? It's true, over 40% of this country is set aside for nature reserves, national parks, and community-managed conservancies, making it one of the leaders in conservation efforts worldwide. When you think about it, that's a huge chunk of land dedicated to protecting our planet and its incredible wildlife. More than 80 community conservancies play a crucial role here, covering around 20% of Namibia's area. These conservancies not only help preserve the environment, but also support local communities by providing jobs and promoting sustainable practices. Thanks to these efforts, wildlife populations are bouncing back, with species like the majestic black rhinos, elusive leopards, and unique desert elephants finding a safe haven. Imagine witnessing these magnificent creatures roam freely in their natural habitat. Namibia's commitment is an inspiring example of how land can be shared between people and nature, showcasing the beauty of biodiversity and the importance of preserving it for future generations. It's a beautiful balance between protecting wildlife and supporting communities, proving that love for nature can thrive through cooperation. Did you know about the rare albino zebras? These stunning creatures are not just a different shade of regular zebras, they are a rare marvel of nature. Albino zebras stand out due to a genetic mutation that affects melanin production in their bodies. This lack of pigment means that instead of the usual black and white stripes, their skin appears white or a light shade, with very light or even pinkish stripes. This condition is incredibly rare in the wild, making sightings of albino zebras a special event for wildlife enthusiasts and researchers alike. The absence of melanin can lead to additional challenges for these zebras too, such as increased vulnerability to the sun, as their lighter skin lacks the protective benefits of darker pigmentation. Their unique appearance can also impact their social interactions in herds, as well as their camouflage abilities from predators. Fascination around albino animals raises interesting questions about survival and adaptation in the animal kingdom. Just imagine spotting one of these beautiful, rare zebras roaming the savanna, a true gem of the wilderness. Guess why Liberia banned wild animal consumption? Following the devastating Ebola outbreak in 2014, Liberia made a bold move to protect public health by banning the consumption of wild animals. This decision was crucial because many of these animals can carry diseases that jump from animals to humans, putting entire communities at risk. But instead of leaving people without a source of protein, the government encouraged a sustainable alternative: breeding giant snails. These snails are not only fascinating with their impressive size and ability to reproduce rapidly, but they're also packed with protein, making them a nutritious food option. They require less space and resources to raise compared to traditional livestock, which is great for keeping the environment healthy. As locals embraced this new approach, giant snails became a popular ingredient in dishes, helping families stay healthy while sidestepping the risks associated with hunting wild animals. This shift highlights how we can adapt our food sources in the face of challenges while promoting both health and sustainability. Ever wonder where the word zombie comes from? The term zombie likely traces its roots back to the Congo word nzambi, which means the spirit of a dead person. It's fascinating how a term can evolve over time and culture. In many Western movies and TV shows, we picture zombies as brain-hungry monsters. But in Haitian culture, the concept is quite different. Here, a zombie can symbolize someone who is socially ostracized, facing exclusion rather than mindless hunger. This unique interpretation stems from the rich history and folklore surrounding Haitian Vodou, where it's believed that certain people can be brought back to life not as themselves, but as beings under someone else's control, often symbolizing the loss of identity and freedom. So the next time you hear zombie, think beyond the scary movies and consider this powerful cultural meaning. The word carries a weight that taps into fear, loss, and the complexities of life and death, reminding us of the rich tapestry of language and belief that shapes our understanding of the world. Imagine for a moment that the narwhal's tusk is real. It looks like fantasy, but the narwhal's iconic spiral tusk is no mythical horn. It's a real sensory organ with astonishing function. This 3-meter-long tooth, emerging from the upper left jaw of most males, contains millions of nerve endings and is sensitive enough to detect changes in water temperature, salinity, and pressure. Scientists believe narwhals use it like a sonar antenna, guiding them through the Arctic's icy labyrinths. They've even observed tusking behavior, narwhals rubbing tusks together in what may be a form of communication or dominance display. Some cultures once believed these tusks came from unicorns. Today we know they're instruments of biological elegance and precision. Part weapon, part sensor, part symbol. The narwhal's tusk is one of the most fascinating natural adaptations in the marine world. Is it really true that we're losing the Amazon rainforest? The answer is a resounding yes, and it's a concerning fact for all of us. Over the past 50 years, deforestation driven by agriculture and illegal logging has wiped out more than 17% of this vital ecosystem. The Amazon is often called the lungs of the earth because it helps produce oxygen and absorbs carbon dioxide, playing a crucial role in combating climate change. The loss of trees not only threatens countless species that call the rainforest home, but also disrupts the livelihoods of indigenous communities who depend on its resources. The ramifications extend beyond its borders, as we all share the planet's atmosphere. Imagine a world where this rich biodiversity diminishes and the climate grows even more unstable. It's a scary thought. Despite these challenges, there's still hope. Global awareness has surged, and initiatives to protect and restore this irreplaceable ecosystem are gaining ground. Protecting the Amazon isn't just about saving trees, it's about safeguarding our planet's future for generations to come. Discover the secrets of Borneo's three nations. This stunning island, the third largest in the world, is a vibrant tapestry woven with the threads of Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei. The Indonesian section, known as Kalimantan, is the most expansive, covering an impressive 80% of Borneo's land. Each part of the island boasts unique cultures, languages, and traditions, making Borneo a melting pot of diversity. Imagine exploring lush rainforests filled with exotic wildlife and indigenous tribes that have lived in harmony with nature for centuries. In Malaysia, you can visit bustling cities and expansive tea plantations, while Brunei, a tiny but wealthy sultanate, shines with its opulent mosques and lush parks. The island faces challenges like deforestation and habitat loss, but it's also a hotspot for ecotourism, drawing visitors eager to experience its breathtaking beauty and rich biodiversity. Whether you're kayaking through tranquil rivers, hiking up mountains, or just soaking in the culture, Borneo promises an adventure like no other, showcasing the beauty of nature and humanity intertwined. What if I told you about the first commercial flight? On January 1st, 1914, a momentous leap into the skies took place when the world's first commercial airplane flight lifted off from St. Petersburg to Tampa, Florida. This short jaunt, covering just 34 kilometers, took a mere 23 minutes, but it marked the beginning of a brand new era in transportation. The aircraft used was a Benoit 16, a small seaplane that could carry a single passenger alongside its pilot. Passengers back then had an adventure few could even dream of, soaring above the landscape, experiencing the thrill of flight, and enjoying stunning aerial views of Florida's coastline. While today, commercial flying is a routine part of life for millions. Back in 1914, it was a luxury few could afford, and something the average person had never experienced. This inaugural journey had a ticket price of $5, comparable to about $150 today, appealing to those adventurous enough to step onto the clouds. It paved the way for commercial aviation as we know it, laying the foundation for the vast networks of flights we now see around the globe. Did you know that the kiwi is a nocturnal sleuth with its nose at the tip of its bill? Unlike any other bird on Earth, the kiwi's nostrils are located at the very tip of its long, probing beak, an extraordinary adaptation that allows it to literally smell its prey before touching it. Living in the forest floor's leaf litter, the kiwi uses this keen sense of smell, along with sensitive whisker-like feathers, vibrissae, to detect insects and worms buried 10 centimeters below ground. With poor eyesight, it relies on these tools to navigate and forage by night. The kiwi also lays one of the largest eggs in proportion to body size, up to 20% of its body weight, requiring intense investment from the female and careful care from both parents. Endemic to New Zealand and sacred in Maori culture, the kiwi is a conservation icon, a bird that defies flight, daylight, and bird-like norms, all while thriving in its underground world. Guess what the cockroach can teach us about nutrition? In the fascinating world of insects, some surprises can come from the unlikeliest of places. The cockroach species Diploptera punctata has garnered attention for its unique way of nurturing its young. Rather than laying eggs, these roaches produce a special substance filled with proteins, which they feed to their babies. This protein-rich food is actually more energy-dense than cow's milk, making it an intriguing candidate for a superfood. Researchers are exploring its potential, as its high nutritional value could offer a sustainable food source in the future. However, there's a catch. Right now, it isn't feasible to mass-produce this insect delicacy, so it remains more of a scientific curiosity than a staple on our dinner plates. So the next time you think about the cockroach, remember that this misunderstood creature has more to offer than just creepy crawly vibes. It could help shape new approaches to nutrition in a world eager for sustainable solutions. Did you know goats have amazing rectangular pupils? Goats are fascinating creatures, and their unique eyes help them stand out in the animal kingdom. Their pupils are shaped like rectangles rather than the usual round shape we see in most mammals. This unusual shape allows them to have an incredible field of vision, stretching between 320 to 340 degrees. Imagine being able to see almost everything around you without even turning your head. This remarkable trait is especially handy for spotting predators, allowing goats to stay alert in their mountainous habitats. Plus, their eyes are adapted to see well in both bright light and dim conditions, helping them navigate rocky terrains even during twilight. While it may seem strange at first, these quirky eyes are perfectly suited for the challenges goats face in the wild. So the next time you see a goat, take a moment to appreciate their incredible eyesight and how it helps them thrive in their environment. Let's uncover the art of 13th century explorers. Back in the 1200s, European artists didn't have the luxury of high-definition cameras or the internet to rely on for inspiration. Instead, they painted these magnificent African animals, like crocodiles, lions, and elephants, from the vivid stories told by explorers who had ventured into far-off lands. Imagine a time when tales of adventure were the bread and butter of imagination. These explorers would return with exciting accounts of their journeys through Africa, stirring the curiosity of artists and the general public alike. With nothing more than these embellished descriptions and their own interpretations, painters created stunning artwork that captured the essence of these exotic creatures. However, the animals often looked a bit different from reality, reflecting the blend of truth and creativity in their depictions. The resulting paintings provided a glimpse into a world that many in Europe could only dream of, showcasing not just the diversity of wildlife, but also the rich imagination of humanity during that era. This unique connection between adventure and art tells us a lot about our enduring fascination with the natural world. What if I told you about 20 million bats? In the heart of Texas lies Bracken Cave, home to the biggest bat colony on the planet. Imagine standing at the entrance as the sun sets, when suddenly the sky darkens with millions of bats pouring out in a graceful spiraling cloud. These amazing winged creatures aren't just there for a good time. They're essential to our ecosystem. With around 20 million bats fluttering around, they're nature's ultimate pest control. As they swoop into the night, they gobble up tons of insects, including pesky mosquitoes that love to bite us. This nightly migration shows how synchronized and efficient these creatures are. Their ecological role is so crucial that scientists estimate that a single bat can eat thousands of insects in just one night. So the next time you swat away a mosquito, remember that you have bats to thank for keeping those little nuisances at bay. The spectacle at Bracken Cave isn't just a sight to behold. It's a breathtaking reminder of the vital role bats play in maintaining the delicate balance of our environment. Did you know the first bird was discovered in Germany? This remarkable creature, known as Archaeopteryx, is often celebrated as the earliest bird in history, dating back to the Jurassic period. Fossils of Archaeopteryx provide astonishing insights into the evolution of birds from their dinosaur ancestors. The first feather was found in 1861 in a small limestone quarry in Solnhofen, Germany, a place famous for preserving delicate fossils. These fossils show that Archaeopteryx had feathers similar to those of modern birds, granting it the ability to glide and perhaps even flap its wings. This discovery blew the scientific community away, as it helped bridge the gap between reptiles and birds, supporting Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. The limestone in Solnhofen created ideal conditions for fossil preservation, capturing intricate details of this tiny creature, which was about the size of a crow. Just imagine a small, feathered dinosaur flitting through the trees millions of years ago, a living link to the world we know today. Archaeopteryx remains a symbol of evolution's amazing journey, illustrating how life continues to adapt and evolve. Prepare to be amazed by Britain's triangle trade. This complex system of commerce, which flourished during the 17th and 18th centuries, played a pivotal role in shaping Britain's wealth and its place in the global economy. The triangle trade involved three main stops. Ships from Britain would transport manufactured goods like textiles and metalwares to Africa, where they exchanged these products for enslaved people. Then these captives were shipped across the Atlantic to the Americas. Here they were forced to work on sugar plantations, a labor-intensive industry that was growing explosively due to the high demand for sugar in Europe. After a successful harvest, ships would return to Britain laden with sugar, molasses, and rum, filling the coffers of merchants and fueling the rise of Britain as a major consumer of these products. This trade not only enriched a select few, but also had devastating effects on African societies, leading to population displacement and profound social upheaval. The legacy of this triangle trade is still felt today, as it laid the groundwork for modern economies and highlighted the deep connections between commerce, colonization, and human rights. Hard to believe, but Visby feels like a time machine. This enchanting city, located on the beautiful Baltic island of Gotland in Sweden, is a treasure trove of medieval history. With its stunning 13th century wall still standing tall, Visby not only showcases impressive gates and watchtowers, but also invites you to wander its charming cobblestone streets. Imagine strolling past vibrant medieval houses and gazing at ancient church ruins that have stood the test of time. Each corner of Visby whispers stories of yesteryear. Every summer, the city transforms during its famous medieval week, when visitors can immerse themselves in the past through lively markets, colorful parades, and exciting tournaments that bring history to life. But Visby isn't just about the past. It also boasts breathtaking limestone formations along its stunning coastline, offering views that can take your breath away. So, if you're looking for a place where history and natural beauty blend seamlessly, Visby is the perfect destination. It may seem incredible, but the pufferfish transforms into a living landmine. Small, slow, and seemingly harmless, the pufferfish is actually a master of sudden transformation. When threatened, it gulps water, or air, and inflates to several times its normal size, turning into a round, spiky orb that's difficult to bite or swallow. Its skin is embedded with spines, and many species contain tetrodotoxin, one of the most lethal natural poisons, with no known antidote. A tiny amount can kill predators or humans, and the toxin is concentrated in the liver, ovaries, and skin. Despite its toxicity, pufferfish are a delicacy in Japan, fugu, requiring highly trained chefs. Scientists are now exploring the fish's inflation mechanism, flexible internal chambers, muscular valves, and rapid water intake, as models for expandable biomaterials. This unassuming creature proves that sometimes the best defense is sudden, overwhelming surprise. Surprised by Napoleon's pyramid calculation? You might think of Napoleon Bonaparte as a master strategist in battle, but he also had a unique interest in the engineering marvels of his time, particularly the great Egyptian pyramids. While exploring the impressive structures, he estimated that the stones used in building the pyramids could actually provide enough material to construct a massive wall all the way around France. Just imagine that. The Great Pyramid of Giza alone is made up of about 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing several tons. Napoleon's intriguing calculation highlights not only the staggering scale of the pyramids, but also the ambitious aspirations of leaders throughout history. If Napoleon's wall were built, it would stand as a testament to human ambition and architectural prowess, encircling an entire nation with a stone barrier. It's fascinating to think about how ancient technologies like those used to create the pyramids continue to inspire awe and wonder today. From the deserts of Egypt to the fields of France, the ingenuity of our ancestors inspires us to dream big. Did you know about Slovenia's breathtaking blood castle? Perched dramatically on a steep cliff high above Lake Bled, Blood Castle is not just a fortress, it's a stunning piece of history. Believed to be the oldest castle in Slovenia, it offers visitors an incredible glimpse into the past as well as some of the most mesmerizing views around. A short hike up to the castle rewards you with panoramic sights of the shimmering lake below, the charming island right at its center, and the majestic Julian Alps stretching far into the distance. Imagine standing there, feeling the fresh mountain air while soaking in the beauty of nature and centuries of history all around you. The castle itself has a rich story filled with tales of knights and nobles, making it an intriguing stop for history lovers and adventurers alike. So whether you're hiking for fitness, taking photos for memories, or just enjoying the scenery, Blood Castle is a must-see when you find yourself in Slovenia. Don't miss out on this unique experience that captures both the natural and historical essence of the region. Step back in time to ancient Rome's fierce gladiators. In the bustling heart of the Roman Empire, where the Colosseum echoed with cheers and roars, gladiators were more than just fighters. They were trained warriors who honed their skills in special schools known as ludi. These schools were run by expert trainers called lanistas, who meticulously crafted the gladiators' abilities, preparing them for the brutal arena battles that captivated audiences. Imagine the early mornings at these training grounds, where the air was thick with the sound of clashing swords and the shouts of eager trainers. Gladiators practiced relentlessly, mastering techniques not only in combat but also in teamwork, as they often fought alongside each other in pairs or groups. The ludi were places of discipline and endurance, where the fighters learned to withstand both physical pain and psychological pressure. While they were often seen as mere entertainers, these warriors led complex lives, forming bonds with their trainers and fellow fighters, and sometimes even becoming celebrities of their time. The life of a gladiator was harsh, but through rigorous training, they became symbols of bravery and skill, forever etched in history. What if I told you the basilisk lizard can run on water? The common basilisk, Basiliscus basiliscus, nicknamed the Jesus Christ lizard, defies gravity in short bursts. When startled, it sprints across water surfaces, using its large hind feet with fringe-like scales to slap and push against the surface tension, creating tiny air pockets that support its weight. By moving rapidly, up to 20 steps per second, it keeps its body above water for up to 5 meters before sinking and swimming. Young basilisks are the best runners, escaping predators by darting across streams and rivers in a flash. This incredible feat combines speed, physics, and evolution into a natural miracle. Engineers study their foot structure and gait to develop biomimetic robots that move across liquid surfaces. With one of the most jaw-dropping evasive maneuvers in the reptile world, the basilisk proves that running on water isn't just biblical, it's biological. Unbelievable size of the Great Mosque of Mecca. This remarkable structure is not just the largest mosque in the world, it's also the spiritual heart of Islam. Located in the holy city of Mecca, Saudi Arabia, the Great Mosque, known as Al-Masjid al-Haram, can accommodate over 2 million worshippers at a time. At its center lies the Kaaba, a cube-shaped building draped in black silk, which Muslims around the globe face during their prayers. The Kaaba is considered the most sacred site in Islam, and it's the destination for the Hajj pilgrimage, which millions undertake every year. The mosque has a rich history dating back to the 7th century and has undergone numerous expansions, most recently in the 21st century, to accommodate the ever-growing number of pilgrims. Visitors are surrounded by stunning architecture, intricate decorations, and the sense of unity among worshippers from all corners of the globe. Indeed, the Great Mosque serves as a powerful reminder of devotion, community, and the deep spiritual connections that transcend borders and cultures. Did you know that bartering was our first economy? Before money became the cornerstone of trade, people relied on bartering, a system where goods and services were exchanged directly. Imagine a farmer who had a surplus of apples and needed wheat. To make a fair trade, they would have to find someone who not only had wheat, but also wanted apples. This situation showcases a limitation called the coincidence of wants, meaning both parties needed to want what the other had to offer. Bartering built strong local economies by encouraging communities to interact and collaborate, as people negotiated deals that benefited everyone involved. However, the system had its drawbacks. Sometimes it was tough to find the right person for a trade, leading to delays and inefficiencies. This prompted societies to seek a simpler solution, which ultimately led to the creation of money. Money helps streamline trade and expand economies, paving the way for modern commerce. But isn't it fascinating to think about how people had to be so creative and resourceful in their exchanges back then? You won't believe this about The Lion King. Disney's beloved animated classic is not just a tale of talking animals and epic musical numbers. It draws inspiration from one of the greatest literary works ever written, Shakespeare's Hamlet. Just like Hamlet, The Lion King features a young prince named Simba who faces a heartbreaking journey filled with betrayal and revenge. In the story, Simba's uncle Scar commits a shocking act by killing his father, King Mufasa, to seize the throne for himself. This dark twist mirrors the tragic elements of Hamlet, where the young prince seeks to avenge his father's murder at the hands of his own uncle. Both Simba and Hamlet grapple with loss, identity, and the heavy burden of leadership, making their stories deeply resonant across generations. While The Lion King is filled with vibrant colors and catchy songs, its roots in Shakespeare's dramatic themes remind us that even the most animated tales can hold profound truths about family, loyalty, and the quest for justice. Isn't it incredible how classic literature can shape modern storytelling? Did you know pets have preferences too? Just like humans, our beloved cats and dogs can be left-handed or right-handed. This fun fact might surprise you, but it all comes down to their brain structure and how they use their paws. Researchers have found that many animals tend to favor one side when performing tasks, like reaching for food or playing with toys. In dogs, this is often measured by which paw they use first when stepping forward or interacting with objects. Studies have shown that about half of our furry friends lean towards right paw dominance, while others show a sign of left paw preference. Cats, on the other hand, can also be lefties or righties, with some studies suggesting that their preference might be linked to their personality traits. Does your kitty knock over objects more often with their right paw? Or does your pup always bring the ball back using their left? These preferences can tell us a lot about their unique personalities. So the next time you're playing with your pet, pay attention. They might just reveal their handedness, making them all the more interesting. Here's a wild fact about a magical ice hotel. Every year in Sweden, a stunning hotel made entirely out of ice and snow springs to life. And it's not just for show. Known as the Ice Hotel, this amazing place is constructed in the small village of Jukkajärvi, just above the Arctic Circle. Each winter, skilled artisans gather around 5,000 tons of ice from the nearby Torne River to create stunning rooms, sculptures, and even a bar, all while keeping the creativity flowing. Every year, the design is different, offering guests a fresh experience with intricate ice artwork and uniquely themed suites. But it's not just about the chilly rooms. Staying at the Ice Hotel means diving into plenty of fun winter activities. Guests can try dog sledding, snowmobiling, or relax in a cozy sauna. The hotel also melts away come spring, turning back into the river it came from, making each stay truly one of a kind. Imagine snuggling into a sleeping bag on a bed made of ice. How many places can offer that kind of frosty adventure? This might surprise you. Fermented shark is a delicacy. Hakkarl, an iconic dish from Iceland, is unlike anything you've probably tasted. Made from Greenland shark, this traditional delicacy goes through a unique fermentation process that makes it safe to eat. You see, the meat of the Greenland shark contains high levels of toxic substances, specifically urea and trimethylamine oxide, which can be harmful if consumed fresh. But the magic of fermentation transforms this potentially dangerous catch into a staple of Icelandic cuisine. After the shark is caught, it's cleaned and placed in a pit where it ferments for several months. This process not only breaks down the toxins, but also gives hakarl its strong, distinctive flavor and pungent smell. Imagine a cross between ammonia and strong cheese. Served in small cubes, it's often paired with a shot of Icelandic schnapps or a slice of rye bread. While the taste might take some getting used to, many locals and adventurous foodies celebrate hakarl as a unique culinary experience steeped in tradition. For those brave enough to try it, hakarl is a testament to the ingenuity of Icelandic culture in preserving food and embracing its wild landscapes. Can you believe salaries came from salt? The word salary has a fascinating history that dates back to ancient Rome. It comes from the Latin term salarium, which is derived from sal, meaning salt. Back then, salt was more than just a seasoning. It was a precious commodity. It was essential for preserving food, particularly meat, and people would go to great lengths to obtain it. Interestingly, Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, which was crucial for their survival. This practice highlights how valuable salt was in their society, sometimes even being referred to as white gold. If you earned your salt, it meant you had done your job well. This expression has stuck with us even today. So the next time you receive a paycheck, remember that your salary has humble beginnings, linked to something as ordinary yet vital as salt. Isn't it amazing to think about how something we sprinkle on our food could be connected to the way people were paid thousands of years ago? Guess what really gives the naked mole rat its bizarre superpowers? This wrinkled, nearly hairless rodent isn't just a biological oddity, it's an evolutionary masterpiece. Living in eusocial colonies more typical of insects than mammals, the naked mole rat breaks almost every rule in the book. One queen breeds, the rest serve as workers or soldiers. But the true marvel is hidden in its biology. Naked mole rats are nearly immune to pain, show astonishing resistance to cancer, and can survive up to 18 minutes without oxygen. Their bodies produce unique proteins that block tumor growth and prevent cells from overcrowding, creating a natural cancer shield. Even more shocking, they live up to 10 times longer than other rodents their size and show minimal signs of aging. Scientists around the world are now racing to uncover how this small, strange mammal defies death itself. Buried deep in its tunnels, the naked mole rat may hold answers that could revolutionize human health and longevity. Just imagine for a second, a sloth carrying a living garden. Sloths are so slow that algae, fungi, and even tiny insects take up residence in their fur, turning them into mobile rainforests. The algae not only provide camouflage, but may also offer nutrients absorbed through the skin. In return, the sloth's fur offers a moist, stable microclimate. Certain species of moths live only in sloth fur, laying their eggs in the sloth's dung. It's an ecosystem in miniature, a green cloak that hides the sloth from predators and supports a network of life. Biologists have found novel antibiotic-producing fungi in this furry habitat, organisms unknown anywhere else on Earth. So when you see a sloth, don't just think lazy, think life-giving. This slow, deliberate creature wears an entire biosphere on its back, blending biology and ecology in one of nature's most unexpected symbioses. Let's kick off with the origins of football. Did you know that the world's most popular sport traces its roots back to ancient China over 2,000 years ago? The game, known as cuju, involved players kicking a leather ball into a net, somewhat resembling modern football, but with its own unique charm. Cuju, which translates to kick the ball, was not just a fun pastime, it was part of military training and used as a way to keep soldiers agile and fit. Imagine a bustling ancient Chinese marketplace where excited players show off their skills, dribbling and passing the ball while spectators cheer them on. As time went on, variations of this game spread across different cultures, leading to the development of various forms of football we know today. From the grassy fields of England to the sandy beaches of Brazil, the spirit of cuju can still be felt in how we enjoy football today. So next time you watch your favorite team play, remember you're partaking in a tradition that goes back centuries. This might surprise you. Thousands of crosses in Lithuania. Picture a hillside, bathed in sunlight and adorned with tens of thousands of crosses, each one telling a unique story. The Hill of Crosses, a remarkable pilgrimage site in Lithuania, has become a powerful symbol of faith and resilience. For centuries, Christian pilgrims from all walks of life have hiked to this sacred spot, leaving behind wooden, metal, and even decorative crosses as tokens of their devotion. But it's not just a place of worship. It also stands as a testament to the Lithuanian spirit during the dark days of Soviet occupation. From the 1940s onwards, when religious expressions were heavily suppressed, local people secretly returned to the hill to place crosses, turning it into a bold declaration of their beliefs and identity. Walking through this serene yet striking landscape, you can't help but feel the weight of history and the strength of hope that fills the air. Today, this hill is not only a must-see for visitors, it reminds everyone of the enduring power of faith, freedom, and the unbreakable human spirit. Did you know that bats can see with sound? While many creatures rely on vision, bats have mastered a different sense, echolocation, to thrive in complete darkness. They emit high-frequency sound waves, usually beyond human hearing, which bounce off nearby objects. By measuring the time delay and frequency shift of the returning echoes, bats construct a mental map of their surroundings with extraordinary precision. Some species process more than 100 echoes per second, adjusting their wing beats and flight path in real time to track even the tiniest insect midair. Their brains are wired to convert sound into spatial imagery, essentially allowing them to see with their ears. This remarkable adaptation has evolved independently in different bat families, showcasing nature's ingenuity. Throughout history, bats have been wrapped in myth, seen as omens or vampires, but in reality, they are marvels of bioacoustics and a source of inspiration for modern sonar and radar technologies. Can you imagine a frog this big? The bullfrog, hailing from the southeastern United States, isn't your ordinary amphibian. It's actually the largest frog species in North America. These remarkable creatures can reach lengths of up to 25 centimeters, making them quite a sight to behold. With their broad, rounded bodies and powerful legs, bullfrogs are built for both swimming and leaping, perfect for life in ponds, marshes, and lakes. They have a distinctive, deep, croaky call that can often be heard echoing through the wetlands, especially during mating season. This call not only attracts females, but also establishes territory among rival males. Bullfrogs are known for their impressive appetite, munching on insects, small fish, and even other frogs. Their quick reflexes and strong hind legs help them catch prey swiftly. While they are fascinating to observe, bullfrogs play an essential role in their ecosystem, serving as both predator and prey. Understanding and appreciating these large amphibians helps us recognize the intricate balance of nature in our own backyards. Ever thought about why our lungs are different sizes? It turns out the left lung is a bit smaller than the right one, and the reason is quite fascinating. This size difference exists because the heart sits slightly to the left of our chest, taking up some space that the left lung would otherwise occupy. Our lungs play a crucial role in respiration, which is the process of taking in oxygen while getting rid of carbon dioxide, a waste product generated by our cells. When we breathe in, oxygen travels into the lungs where it enters tiny air sacs called alveoli. Here, oxygen passes into the bloodstream, while carbon dioxide, which we've gathered from our body's processes, is swapped out and expelled when we breathe out. This gas exchange is vital for our survival. Every cell in our body needs oxygen to function, and without it, we wouldn't last long. So the next time you take a deep breath, remember that this incredible efficiency is thanks to our uniquely sized lungs accommodating the heart and working together to keep us alive. Ever wondered why Ecuador is so uniquely named? The name Ecuador comes from the Spanish word for equator, and it perfectly reflects the country's position right on the Earth's equatorial line. This unique geographic setting not only gives Ecuador its name, but also influences its climate and biodiversity. Picture a place where the sun shines directly overhead at noon, creating warm temperatures all year round. It's like a natural paradise. But what really makes Ecuador stand out is its stunning Galapagos Islands. Just a short trip from the mainland, these islands are famous for their incredible wildlife, which inspired Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Here you'll find species like giant tortoises, marine iguanas, and blue-footed boobies, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. The Galapagos are a living laboratory of evolution, making them a hotspot for scientists and nature lovers alike. So whether you're admiring the vibrant ecosystems or soaking in the warm sun, it's clear why Ecuador is a gem of our planet. Let's uncover the truth about happiness and wealth. It's fascinating how our desires for wealth and happiness can shape our lives. Research shows that when people chase wealth, they often focus on selfish motivations, like personal gain or status. In contrast, the pursuit of happiness usually involves selfless motivations, such as helping others and building strong relationships. This difference highlights why finding a balance between the two is essential for our overall well-being. When we prioritize kindness and community alongside our ambitions, we foster a sense of belonging and purpose. Imagine a world where people actively seek to uplift each other while also achieving financial stability. This harmony can lead to not just individual happiness, but also improve the well-being of communities. Striking that balance can help reduce stress and increase life satisfaction. So how can we start blending these pursuits in our daily lives? By focusing on gratitude and giving back, we can elevate our own happiness while enriching the lives of others. Hard to believe, but reality TV started in 1973. Back in the early 70s, a groundbreaking show hit the airwaves known as An American Family. It marked the very first reality television series in the United States. This show invited viewers into the everyday lives of the Loud family, giving them an intimate look at their daily routines and personal challenges across 12 fascinating episodes. The Louds were just an ordinary family living in Santa Barbara, California, but their life was anything but boring. The show candidly captured their joys, struggles, and even the tensions that came with family life, all without a script. This open-door approach to storytelling was novel at the time and paved the way for modern reality TV. Imagine a world without your favorite reality shows. An American Family not only captivated audiences, but also sparked conversations about the nature of family dynamics and the role of television in shaping societal views. As critics and viewers reacted, it became clear that reality TV was here to stay, evolving into a massive genre that influences entertainment to this day. Prepare to be amazed by the hatchetfish. This fascinating little fish has quite the unique design, and it's not just for show. Named for its flattened, hatchet-like body, the hatchetfish is an extraordinary swimmer, gliding effortlessly through dark ocean depths. But what really sets it apart are its amazing tubular eyes, which are specially adapted to catch the faintest glimmers of light from above. This clever adaptation allows the hatchetfish to spot food that may be drifting down from above, like tiny plankton or other tasty morsels. Living in the deep sea, where sunlight barely reaches, these fish have evolved to thrive in an environment that demands innovative survival strategies. By looking upwards, they maximize their chances of spotting a meal before it slips away into the darkness. Their sleek, shiny bodies also help them blend into the dim underwater world, providing some defense against predators. So next time you think of deep-sea creatures, remember the remarkable hatchetfish and its incredible adaptations that help it thrive in the vast ocean. Ever wondered how many smells your nose detects? It's incredible, but the human nose can sniff out over 1 trillion different scents. This amazing feat is possible thanks to around 400 unique olfactory receptors working together in fascinating combinations. Think of your nose as a complex and sensitive detective, always on the lookout for new scents. This ability isn't just for show, it plays a vital role in how we experience the world around us. For instance, the smell of freshly baked cookies can transport us back to childhood, invoking cherished memories. On the flip side, the ability to detect smoke or spoiled food helps us steer clear of danger. Each time we breathe in, our brain interprets these olfactory signals, making connections with our emotions and experiences. So, whether it's the aroma of a favorite dish that makes your mouth water or the urge to step away from something nasty, our sense of smell is a powerful guide, helping us enjoy life and stay safe. Have you met the cookie-making elf from your childhood? The Keebler cookie brand has captured the hearts and taste buds of many with its charming mascot, Ernie the Elf, who has been delighting us for decades. Imagined as the jolly baker of a magical tree factory, Ernie resides in a whimsical tree where a team of elves churn out delicious cookies and snacks. This enchanting world isn't just about tasty treats. It's a clever marketing strategy that appeals to our sense of wonder and nostalgia. Keebler products, like the famous fudge stripes and soft batch cookies, are tied to the idea that these goodies come from a secret, magical place, just like in the fairy tales we grew up with. The elf imagery not only makes the cookies seem extra special, but also creates a warm, friendly connection with consumers. After all, who wouldn't love to believe that a cheerful elf is crafting their favorite cookies? This imaginative image has helped Keebler stand out in a crowded snack aisle, reminding us that sometimes a little magic can make the treat that much sweeter. Did you know that toxic water could disrupt our food supply? When water bodies become contaminated, they pose a serious threat to aquatic life. Pollutants, like heavy metals and chemicals, can accumulate in rivers, lakes, and oceans, turning these natural habitats into deadly environments for fish and other creatures. This not only leads to the death of many species, but also affects the entire ecosystem, as animals higher up the food chain struggle to find enough food. Moreover, the contamination of water can seep into agricultural areas, rendering farmland infertile and reducing crop yields. Without access to clean water, farmers face significant challenges in growing the food that feeds families worldwide. This combination of events could lead to severe food shortages, pushing communities to leave their homes in search of safer living conditions. The ripple effects of toxic water can be devastating, affecting not only wildlife, but also human health and livelihoods. How can we address this pressing issue before it escalates further? Here's something incredible about North Korea's World Cup broadcasts. During the 2014 World Cup, something unusual happened in North Korea. While the world eagerly tuned in to watch live matches, North Korean viewers were stuck waiting. The country aired all World Cup games, but with a significant twist. They were broadcasted 24 to 36 hours later. This deliberate delay was widely seen as a form of censorship, allowing the government to control the information its citizens received and manage the narrative around the event. Imagine the excitement of soccer fans everywhere, cheering for their favorite teams while North Koreans had to wait to see the action unfold. This tactic provided the regime the chance to edit out any moments they deemed unacceptable or politically sensitive, ensuring that only the appropriate image of the tournament reached viewers. This fascinating blend of sports and politics highlights how deeply intertwined governance can be with entertainment in North Korea. Despite the delay, the broadcast still represented a rare glimpse of the outside world for many North Koreans, showcasing the power of sports to bridge divides, even in the most isolated of nations. Have you ever wondered why Rome captivates so many? This incredible city, often hailed as the Eternal City, is a living masterpiece teeming with history, art, and culture. As you stroll through its bustling streets, you'll encounter remarkable monuments like the iconic Colosseum, where ancient gladiators once fought, and the majestic St. Peter's Basilica, a stunning example of Renaissance architecture. But Rome is not just about its past, it's also a vibrant metropolis brimming with life today. The culinary scene is a delightful fusion of tradition and innovation, showcasing a variety of delicious pizzerias, famous gelaterias serving up creamy delights, and charming cafes where you can savor an espresso while soaking in the local atmosphere. Every corner of Rome tells a story, blending the echoes of history with the energetic pulse of modern life. Whether you're tasting authentic Roman dishes or marveling at centuries-old art, Rome offers an experience that feels both timeless and exhilarating. What secret wonders await you in this amazing city? You won't believe how much Singaporeans love their pets. In Singapore, the bond between people and animals is truly something special. This vibrant city-state is not just a place for humans to thrive, it's a paradise for pets too. Picture this: pet-friendly spas and swimming pools where furry friends can relax and unwind. That's right. Many establishments cater specifically to pets, offering everything from delicious gourmet meals to luxurious pampering treatments. But it doesn't stop there. Taxi services are available that specialize in safely transporting your pets across the city, ensuring they are as comfortable as possible during their journeys. This love for animal companionship reflects the cultural traits of Singaporeans, emphasizing caring and community. It's common to see dogs accompanying their owners as they stroll through the parks or enjoy a meal at outdoor cafes. With so many options and services designed for our four-legged pals, it's clear that in Singapore, pets are treated like family. So next time you visit, don't be surprised if you see a pup getting the royal treatment right alongside its owner. Just imagine if penicillin had been tested on the wrong animal. In 1929, Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin, but its path to becoming the miracle drug of the 20th century almost ended in disaster. Scientists had to test it for safety, and the original plan was to use guinea pigs. But guinea pigs react badly to penicillin. It's toxic to their unique gut flora. Fortunately, researchers chose to test on mice and rabbits instead, which tolerated it well. Had they used guinea pigs, penicillin might have been discarded as dangerous. That twist of fate changed medical history. Penicillin saved millions during World War II and launched the antibiotic era. The wrong test subject could have cost the world decades of progress and countless lives. This moment is a powerful reminder that scientific breakthroughs often hinge on decisions that seem small, but prove monumental. Get ready to meet flamingos on Aruba's stunning beaches. Aruba, a tropical gem in the Caribbean, is famous not just for its powdery white sand beaches and mesmerizing turquoise waters, but also for some incredibly unique experiences. One such experience is a visit to Flamingo Beach, where visitors are treated to an unforgettable sight: a vibrant colony of pink flamingos wandering around the shoreline and splashing in the shallow waters. These beautiful birds aren't just put there for show. They roam freely, allowing you to snap photos as they strut around and interact with one another. Imagine lounging on a sunbed, the gentle sound of waves lapping nearby, while these charming flamingos come close enough for a truly memorable selfie. Plus, the beach itself is a paradise, ideal for swimming, snorkeling, or simply soaking up the sun. Whether you're collecting seashells or enjoying a refreshing drink, Flamingo Beach adds a splash of color and fun to your vacation. So next time you're planning a getaway, don't forget to put Aruba and its fabulous flamingos on your bucket list. Chase the Cheese. This event is pure madness. Every year in the quaint town of Gloucester, England, a truly wild spectacle unfolds that leaves spectators in stitches and participants with a few bruises. The Chase the Cheese event centers around a round of double Gloucester cheese that is sent rolling down a steep hill. Once the cheese takes off, competitors sprint after it, attempting to catch the runaway dairy delight. But don't be fooled. The cheese can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour, making it almost impossible to catch. As eager participants tumble, roll, and slide down the hill, the sight is both chaotic and hilarious. The first person to cross the finish line at the bottom wins the cheese plus bragging rights for a whole year. This quirky tradition has been celebrated for over 200 years and has attracted both locals and adventurous travelers eager to join in the fun. If you're looking for a unique experience filled with laughter, cheese, and a bit of friendly competition, this event certainly takes the cake, or should we say cheese. Have you ever stopped to think that computers were women? Before machines took over, computers were people, often women, who manually calculated everything from artillery trajectories to satellite orbits. In the 1940s and 50s, NASA's space missions relied on these brilliant women to crunch the math by hand. Katherine Johnson, a black mathematician at NASA, calculated flight paths that sent John Glenn into orbit and helped land Apollo 11 on the moon. These women worked tirelessly, often underpaid and invisible, solving equations that no computer could yet handle. Their legacy was long overlooked, but now it's recognized as the backbone of space exploration. Their brains launched rockets, and their courage launched change in science, gender roles, and history. They weren't just part of the space race, they were the engines behind it. What lies at the bottom of the ocean? The Challenger, deep in the Mariana Trench, takes us to the very depths of our planet, plunging a staggering 3,670 feet, or about 10,194 meters below the surface. To put that into perspective, if you dropped Mount Everest into this chasm, its peak would still be over a mile underwater. This incredible depth is not just a mystery, but a realm of extremes. The pressure there is over 1,000 times that of sea level, making it a harsh environment where few organisms can thrive. Yet life finds a way. Creatures like the mysterious amphipod and unique gelatinous species can survive in these conditions, relying on chemosynthesis or specialized adaptations. Exploring this deep abyss is challenging. Only a handful of manned and unmanned missions have ventured there, revealing astonishing insights about biodiversity and geological processes. Though it feels alien, the Challenger Deep plays a crucial role in Earth's climate and oceanic systems. So the next time you think about the ocean, remember there's a hidden world far below, just waiting to be discovered. Have you ever wondered about Greek superstitions? Superstitions play a vibrant role in Greek culture, blending tradition with a sprinkle of magic and belief. One of the most famous emblems of Greek superstition is the Nazar amulet, a striking blue eye that many believe protects against the evil eye, a curse thought to be cast by someone's envy or malice. You'll often see it hanging in homes, on jewelry, or even in cars to ward off any negativity. Greeks also have a unique way of decorating their houses. Many paint their domed roofs blue. This isn't just for aesthetics, it's believed to reflect the sky's colors, creating a protective barrier against evil spirits. In Greece, these traditions are cherished and passed down through generations, showing how deeply rooted these beliefs are in everyday life. Whether it's glancing at a nazar for good luck or choosing blue paint because of its calming properties, these practices create a sense of community and cultural identity that people hold dear. So next time you encounter a Greek friend, perhaps ask them about their favorite superstitions. This tiny ball flipped golf history. In the early 1930s, a manager at the Acushnet Company was frustrated with golf balls that didn't roll straight, so he cut one open and found the core was off-center. That simple act led to hiring an MIT engineer who designed the first perfectly balanced ball. In 1935, the Titleist was born. Its precise symmetry gave golfers unprecedented control, and within years it became the gold standard for professionals. Today, Titleist dominates courses worldwide. It all started with curiosity and a razor blade. That tiny white ball changed how the game is played, practiced, and perfected. Proof that small innovations can reshape entire sports. Is it really true that Diet Coke floats? You might be surprised to learn that a regular can of Coke sinks while its diet counterpart stays buoyant in water. Why does this happen? It all comes down to density, which is how heavy something is for its size. Regular Coke is packed with sugar, which adds weight and makes it denser than water. When the can hits the water, the weight pulls it down. Conversely, Diet Coke is sweetened with artificial sweeteners that are much lighter, making the overall can less dense than water. This lighter density allows Diet Coke to bob on the surface, defying expectations. If you've ever tossed a can into a pool or bucket, this little experiment can turn into a fun science lesson. Gather some friends, fill up a container, and see for yourself. This quirky difference not only highlights the fascinating principles of density, but also showcases how small changes in ingredients can lead to surprising and delightful outcomes in our everyday products. Believe it or not, mosquitoes have very different diets. It's true. While male mosquitoes are busy sipping on nectar like little flower-loving butterflies, female mosquitoes have a much more gruesome task when they need to lay their eggs. They require the nutrients found in blood to help their eggs develop, which is why you might have noticed these pesky creatures buzzing around your arm on summer nights. But here's a fascinating twist. In Finland, the police once used a mosquito to crack a case. After a car was stolen, they discovered a mosquito had been trapped inside the vehicle. Upon examining the blood inside this tiny thief, they were able to gather DNA evidence that pointed them straight to the car thief. It's like something right out of a mystery novel. This clever use of a mosquito shows how even the smallest creatures can be part of big solutions. So next time you swat at one of these bloodsuckers, remember, they might just have a story to tell. Turns out, the truth is that oppression backfired. In the 1770s, tensions soared between the British government and the American colonies, particularly Massachusetts. To quash resistance, Britain made bold moves, such as shutting down Boston Harbor, which directly hit the local economy by halting trade. They also replaced the locally elected government with British officials and allowed colonists accused of crimes to be tried away from their home turf. This was meant to intimidate the people of Massachusetts into compliance. The government even went as far as permitting British soldiers to occupy unoccupied homes to ensure control. However, rather than bending to these tactics, the residents of Massachusetts rallied together, igniting a sense of unity against British rule. The oppressive measures backfired, fostering widespread resentment and cooperation among the colonies. This spirit of defiance laid the groundwork for the American Revolution, turning a moment of intimidation into a powerful cry for freedom. So did the British really think they could silence the colonists? Here's a wild fact about dragon fruit. This tropical treat, also known as pitahaya, boasts an appearance that looks like something straight out of a fantasy novel. With bright pink or yellow scales and green-tipped spikes, it's like Mother Nature caught a little creative spark. But the real magic happens when you slice it open. Inside, you'll discover a vibrant white or pink flesh, dotted with tiny black seeds, giving it a unique texture and an inviting look. The taste is mild and subtly sweet, making it perfect for smoothies, fruit salads, or just enjoying fresh on its own. Not only is dragon fruit visually stunning, but it also packs a punch when it comes to nutrition. It's low in calories and rich in vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants. Some even say it can help boost your immune system and promote healthy skin. Whether you're diving into one for the first time or adding it to a trendy dish, dragon fruit is sure to bring a splash of tropical joy to your day. Ever wondered how huskies brave the cold? Siberian huskies are incredible dogs, specifically bred by the Chukchi tribe of Northeast Asia, to thrive in icy environments. These furry companions are equipped with unique physical traits that make them masters of cold weather. Their thick double coat is designed to keep them warm even in harsh temperatures, while their bushy tails can be used to cover their noses when they sleep, providing extra warmth. This breed doesn't just survive in extreme cold, they actually excel at it. Huskies were trained to pull sleds over long distances, which required not only strength but also stamina. The Chukchi people relied on them for transportation and hunting, forming a close bond with these loyal dogs. What's even more fascinating is how well huskies adapt to various terrains, making them ideal for the rugged Arctic landscape. It's no wonder they're often seen in winter sports or as beloved family pets today, capturing hearts with their playful nature and striking appearance. With their history steeped in survival, these dogs are truly a testament to nature's ability to adapt. Did you know that Congress once limited debate time? In 1876, a unique rule emerged in the United States Congress that aimed to curtail the lengthy speeches of some politicians. This rule was inspired by none other than Benjamin Butler, a notable congressman known for his impressive but often drawn-out oratory. Butler had a talent for captivating audiences, but his speeches sometimes dragged on far longer than necessary, frustrating his colleagues and slowing down legislative progress. Recognizing the need for efficiency, Congress decided to implement a rule to limit debate time, ensuring that discussions could be more focused and efficient. The result was a change in the dynamic of congressional debates, allowing for more voices to be heard and preventing any single member from monopolizing the floor. This shift not only helped to speed up the legislative process, but also encouraged politeness and respect among lawmakers. Did this move help democracy flourish by promoting more equal participation in important discussions? Have you ever wondered why twins speak their own language? Around 40% of twins develop a fascinating phenomenon called cryptophagia, a private language made up of invented words, phrases, and even grammar that only they understand. This secret communication often begins in infancy, when twins spend so much time together that they start mirroring each other's early speech. These invented dialects can be rich and complex, often unintelligible to parents and outsiders. While the phenomenon usually fades once children are exposed to formal language in school, it offers a glimpse into how the human brain seeks to build structure and connection, even in isolation. Cryptophagia isn't just cute, it's a powerful demonstration of how language evolves socially and cognitively. In twins, we see an accelerated microcosm of linguistic invention that echoes the way entire human languages may have first formed. Can you believe Mongolia has free Wi-Fi in the steppe? This fascinating fact highlights the incredible pace at which Mongolia's telecommunication system is developing. In recent years, the country has embraced technology like never before, ensuring that even in the vast open lands where traditional nomads roam, people can stay connected. As you wander through the breathtaking steppe, you might stumble upon free Wi-Fi hotspots that allow herders and travelers to access the internet. This is transformative for nomadic families who depend on connectivity to communicate with loved ones, access vital services, and even manage their businesses. Imagine checking your messages or browsing social media while surrounded by rolling grasslands and grazing sheep. The rapid growth of Mongolia's telecommunications reflects not just a technological leap, but also a cultural shift towards modernization while maintaining the essence of nomadic life. By integrating advanced technology into their daily lives, the people of Mongolia are bridging the gap between their rich traditional heritage and the fast-paced digital world. This might surprise you. The Internet's name came in 1974. The term Internet was first used to describe what we now know as a global network of interconnected computer systems. Back in the early 1970s, computer technology was just beginning to take off, and researchers were exploring ways for computers to communicate with one another. Imagine a world without social media, streaming services, or online shopping. The idea of connecting computers wasn't new, but using the word Internet helped define a vision of a vast network where information could flow freely across the globe. This was revolutionary as it laid the groundwork for today's modern communication. The invention sparked a wave of innovation, gradually connecting millions of people and transforming how we share information. Between emails, websites, and social networks, the Internet has changed our lives in unimaginable ways, making it easier to learn, connect, and collaborate across borders. Fast forward to today, and we can't imagine life without it. Thanks to those early pioneers, we now live in an era where knowledge is just a click away. Can you imagine how long your blood vessels are? It might blow your mind to learn that the human body houses an incredible network of blood vessels stretching around 60,000 miles or about 96,500 kilometers. That's nearly enough to wrap around the Earth's equator 2.5 times. These vessels include arteries, veins, and capillaries, all working tirelessly to maintain our health. Arteries carry oxygen-rich blood from the heart to every part of your body, while veins return the oxygen-poor blood back to the heart, and capillaries act as tiny bridges between the two. If you line them all up, they'd create a massive web that's not just impressive, but essential for life. This circulatory system helps transport nutrients, hormones, and waste, playing a critical role in keeping our bodies functioning smoothly. So next time you feel your heartbeat, remember that it's a signal of that vast network at work, silently and efficiently delivering what we need for survival. Who would have thought Antarctica had speed limits? In 1991, the world's coldest, most remote continent saw an unlikely headline. First speeding ticket issued in Antarctica. A British tourist racing across the ice on a snowmobile at 40 km/h was stopped and fined under the Antarctic Treaty. Though it sounds absurd, the incident highlighted serious concerns. High speeds can crack the ice, disturb wildlife, and pose fatal risks in a land with no hospitals or roads. The treaty exists to protect Antarctica's delicate environment and ensure peaceful, scientific cooperation. Even in a land with no permanent residents, laws still matter. This speeding fine, though humorous, served as a warning that human presence must tread carefully, even where penguins outnumber people. Yes, even on the last continent, you can get busted for reckless driving. What if I told you about Crazy Horse Memorial? This stunning project, located in the Black Hills of South Dakota, aims to become the largest sculpture in the world. Carved into the mountain, Crazy Horse Memorial honors the Lakota leader Crazy Horse, who famously resisted the U.S. government's encroachment on Native American land. Started in 1948 by sculptor Korczak Ziolkowski, the work is still ongoing and showcases human determination and artistry. The sculpture will eventually depict Crazy Horse riding a horse and pointing into the distance, symbolizing the Native American spirit and pride. Over the years, it has attracted millions of visitors, inspiring them with its grand vision and cultural significance. While funding and time pose challenges due to the massive scale and complexity of the carving, the project continues thanks to donations and the dedication of the Ziolkowski family. This monumental undertaking reflects not only a tribute to a warrior, but also a continual celebration of Native American heritage. Could you imagine witnessing its completion in your lifetime? What if I told you roulette has a devilish secret? It's true. If you add all the numbers on a standard roulette wheel from 1 to 36, you get a surprising total of 66. Now, this number might ring a bell for those familiar with the Bible, as it's often referred to as the number of the beast. This spooky connection has led some players and superstitious gamblers to dub roulette the game of the devil. Imagine sitting at a vibrant casino table, the spinning wheel glimmering under the lights, and knowing that you're playing a game that stirs up such eerie legends. The combination of chance and fortune in roulette is thrilling on its own, but when you sprinkle in a dash of biblical lore, it adds an extra layer of excitement and mystery. Many players might chuckle or shrug off the idea, but the blend of luck, strategy, and that devilish number keeps the game intriguing. It's a reminder that even in games of chance, we often seek meaning or connections that can keep us guessing and talking long after the chips are placed. Hard to believe, but Michigan has stunning landmarks. The Great Lakes, often called Michigan's freshwater seas, boast some of the most breathtaking views in the country. With over 3,200 miles of shoreline, these lakes offer a spectacular backdrop for outdoor activities and sightseeing. Picture standing atop the iconic Sleeping Bear Dunes, where you can gaze out over the glistening waters of Lake Michigan, or explore the scenic Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, featuring colorful sandstone cliffs that soar high above the lake. Not only can you hike scenic trails or kayak along the shores, but you can also experience the unique ecosystem of these freshwater bodies, filled with diverse wildlife and stunning landscapes. Whether you're enjoying a peaceful sunset on the lake or taking an adventurous sailing trip, Michigan's landmarks invite everyone to appreciate their beauty. So, why not plan a trip to explore these magnificent sights? You'll be amazed at what you discover amidst the natural wonders of the Great Lakes. Ready for a cool surprise about ice cream? Did you know that New Zealand is the reigning champ when it comes to ice cream consumption? According to the International Dairy Association, Kiwis enjoy more ice cream per person than anyone else on the planet. This delightful treat has become a significant part of their culture, with a wide variety of flavors reflecting the country's unique tastes. The United States takes second place, showing just how much Americans love their frozen desserts too. Ice cream is not only a refreshing treat on a hot day, but also a social experience, often enjoyed during gatherings, celebrations, and even family traditions. In New Zealand, local dairy farms provide fresh ingredients, which means their ice cream is often made from high-quality milk and creamy goodness. Whether it's a classic vanilla scoop or innovative flavors like Feijoa or Hokey Pokey, the passion for ice cream runs deep in these countries. So next time you indulge in a cone or a sundae, remember you're part of a global love for this sweet delight. Have you heard? Sport climbing made its Olympic debut. In 2020, the Tokyo Olympics became a groundbreaking event by welcoming sport climbing into the Olympic family for the very first time. Picture this: athletes scaling artificial walls designed for 3 thrilling disciplines: speed, bouldering, and lead climbing, all in one competition. In the speed climbing event, competitors race up a 15-meter wall against the clock, testing their agility and quick reflexes. Bouldering, on the other hand, takes climbers on shorter yet challenging routes without any harnesses, where they must solve complex problems to reach the top. Finally, lead climbing has athletes clip their ropes into quick draws as they ascend a much taller wall, showcasing their endurance and strategic planning. It's a breathtaking combination of athleticism, mental strength, and tactical finesse, providing a dazzling spectacle for both live audiences and viewers around the world. The inclusion of sport climbing in the Olympics has not only highlighted its growing popularity, but also inspired a new generation of climbers to aim high, quite literally. Have you ever seen a mountain that looks so sharp? Montaigu in France is a breathtaking sight that draws in nature lovers and adventurers alike. This stunning peak is located in the heart of the Vercors region and has a unique shape which makes it appear almost as if it were sliced from a giant cake. The surrounding scenery is filled with lush valleys and dramatic cliffs, making it a paradise for hikers and photographers. However, as mesmerizing as Montaigu is, it's essential to tread carefully around its edges. The cliffs are steep and perilous, and a misstep could lead to a disastrous fall. Its name, meaning Needle Mountain, gives a hint of its sharp edges, which rise dramatically above the landscape. Climbing Montaigu grants visitors not just a workout, but also an unforgettable experience, offering breathtaking views from the summit. As you climb, remember to take in the stunning vistas and unique flora that thrive in this alpine environment. Just don't get too close to the edge. The story behind the iconic Hermès Birkin bag. It might surprise you that this luxurious handbag came to life during a chance encounter in the sky. Back in the early 1980s, British actress and singer Jane Birkin was on a flight from Paris to London when she voiced her frustration over not having a practical yet stylish handbag. Sitting next to her was Jean-Louis Dumas, the CEO of Hermès, who listened intently to her ideas. Inspired by Jane's vision, he designed the Birkin bag, combining elegance with functionality like never before. Since then, it has transformed into a symbol of chic sophistication and exclusivity, often seen in the hands of celebrities and fashion icons. The beauty of the Birkin lies not just in its aesthetics. It's crafted from the finest leathers and takes several days to complete by skilled artisans. With a waiting list that can stretch for years, owning a Birkin bag has become a status symbol, often fetching staggering prices at auctions. From its surprising origins to its sky-high market value, the Birkin bag is more than just an accessory. It's a piece of fashion history,